be, some people believe that it's because they're not fresh because they're using washcloths. And specifically, they said that washcloths are for poor people. Okay, so I'm going to read some information. Now, where I first heard about this was recently, and I think it didn't happen recently. It might have happened last year. And they said that it was two podcasters who took to social media, and they were saying that only poor people use washcloths in the shower, and that they've actually ended friendships over this. And it says, I've ended friendships with people who actually use washcloths. So evidently these two people are actually, they say, are married. They also have a YouTube channel, and they have a pretty strong following. It said one of their most recent conversations had many people raising their eyebrows. So I guess some of this information might have also been on X about this as well. Okay, let's see what. Raising their eyebrows and calling out the people for being uneducated about the matter. So at first, I'm going to stop here. When I heard them say about they don't use washcloths, I thought maybe, you don't always have to use washcloths. Maybe they use loofahs. There's so many other things of different sponges. They're exfoliating gloves. You have ones that are not necessarily loofahs, but also they have a handle. I have a variety of them, a handheld poofy sponge thing, loofah, all types of things. And I also use washcloths, okay? I have many different washcloths. So anyway, I first heard about it on the Isaiah Factor, okay? Uncensored. And it was done some days ago, but I guess that this particular content was done last year. And I was so intrigued. And Isaiah had maybe 3 other people, okay? They were all African American. And 2 of them were younger. And then there was an older woman that probably looked around my age. And they all gave their own perspective on this. So I thought that's what they meant, but when they started to talk, they said that the people actually they didn't use a loofah or any other thing. They actually used their bare hand, and they just used soap or shower gel to clean their body. And that was interesting. I mean, it all comes down to preference, I guess. But then when they said something about only poor people use washcloths, then I was like, okay, pump the brakes here. Skirt, skirt. What are we talking about here? Why are we going there? Okay. So it went beyond I just prefer to use my bare hand. Okay. Just my bare hand. No washcloth, no loofah, no nothing. Just the 2 hands that God gave me. Okay. To wash my entire adult body. So if that's what gets it clean, gets it clean. But then I feel like it kind of hit a little bit below the belt when you start talking about some kind of stuff about poor people and washcloths. So why do they make washcloths, and why are there so many different towels? And they touched on that in the Isaiah Factor. Okay, so it says Tom and Christina were discussing showering habits and believed that using a washcloth in the shower was only a method used by, in all quotes, poor people. Okay, poor people. Oh, okay. Then it says here, how is it that every 8 weeks or so, Caucasian people get together and admit they don't wash their bodies and make us witness it? That's somebody else that wrote that on X. Please, y'all stop. I'm begging you. So there's somebody else, I guess, in response to what they posted on their podcast. This individual goes by Meech, medium-sized Meech. Now, now that I'm saying something about this before I go further with this, is I remember watching something with Miss Mary probably last year, not about these people. And she likes to look at